Hello guys, welcome to another Project Euler tutorial. This is problem 30, digit fifth powers. I'll let you read that for yourself. Basically, we want to take a number, and if the digit, like say 6, to the fifth, and you add all of these, if it equals the original number, then, that's what we want. And we want to take all of those numbers and we want to add them together and get their total sum. I know that sounds sort of confusing. This sort of explains it better. Not too good at explaining things. So what we want a Boolean method to determine if the digits, the sum of the fifth power of the digits is equal to the original number. So we want a Boolean method, and we're going to take an integer object. So let's write that. Public static Boolean, we're going to call it matches, and take an integer n object. It's giving me an error because I didn't return anything yet, but we will. Hold on. So we're going to have a, sorry about that. We're going to have a constant, and that's going to be the power at which you raise a digit to, and it's going to be a fifth power. So final int power equals 5. And we're also going to need to have two other variables. One variable is just going to hold n for now, because you never want to manipulate what is sent down to you. You always want to create a variable to do that for you. So int n, call it num, and also we want the sum, because in order to get the digits fifth powers, we want to add it to the sum, and if the sum equals n, if the sum equals the original number, we're going to return true, right? Double sum equals 0 because there's nothing added to it yet. So here comes the meat of the method. How are we going to do this? If you take this number and you want to get a digit, how would you do it? The way I'm going to show you is you take this first number and you modulus 10. You modulus division 10. That will give you this last digit. You're going to store this last digit inside of you're going to store this last digit in a variable. Then you're going to take the fifth power of that digit, add it to sum. But then you're going to have to divide by 10. Take this number and divide it by 10. That will give you 163. That way you can modulus 10 again, and you keep doing that until you're down to this. So you're going to need a loop. And the way to stop it is when it reaches 0, because once you reach this and you divide 10 again, it's going to be 0. So let's try this. While num does not equal 0. The reason we're doing num is because you do not want to manipulate this sent down to you directly. You always want to manipulate a different variable. It's really good coding practice. Get used to it while you can. As I said before, we need to store this last digit in a variable. So int digit equals num modulus 10. That will give us the last digit. We want sum to plus equal math.pow digit power. This will give us the fifth power of the digit. And then to just cut back on one, we want to take num divide equal 10. This is the loop that we need. So now we need to determine if the sum matches the original number. So return int sum to n. We need to convert this to an integer because it's a double. We need this a double in the first place because math.pow returns a double. I think in if you have Java Point or Java 8, it does this automatically. It automatically casts it. But if it doesn't, you want to do this. So now that that method is done and completed, what do we want next? We want the loop. So where do we stop? It doesn't tell you explicitly where to stop. So I chose this since I tend to do this brute force. I chose an arbitrary number that's high. Since all these looked like they're below 10,000, I chose a number 355,000. That tells me that it won't go above that number. I don't think it will go above that number. And once you find the answer, it doesn't, but it's just an arbitrary number. So let's do limit equals 355. And then we want a total. The total will store the sum of all the numbers that meets the quality, I guess that's what we call it. So and since 1 is not included, we want to start at 1, or start at 2, sorry. N equals 2, it's less than limit, n plus plus. Let's just through all the possible numbers. Total plus equals. I believe I went over this syntax in my earlier videos. This is just meeting a condition. So this will be a Boolean statement. If matches is true, it's going to go to this one. If it's false, it's just going to add 0. Simple. That's done. So system.out.f the sum of the numbers t is. There we go. Now this should print out the correct answer, which it does. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I will gladly help you. I know it can be confusing sometimes, and it's a lot easier to talk to you one-on-one. I will gladly help you. I'm sure the YouTube community will help you if I do not get to you. Please like and subscribe if you did enjoy this video and want more. Thank you. Have a nice day.